trick bag. This is my trick bag. I'm gonna concentrate. And that key's gonna turn over itself. Watch. Holmes. Would you believe that? One of each in each pile. Watch careful. One of each in each pile. Just one cut. One cut. I'm the master of illusion. Ali is my name, but magic is my game.
Right. What I wish would have happened was when he was doing magic tricks for kids in the training camp at Deer Lake was just a sharp pivot in the story, and now it's all about Muhammad Ali, greatest boxer of all time, humanitarian, anti-war, and racial equality activist, becomes a full-time magician. And then you hear Bert Sugar, one of the boxing sports writers, talking about the end of his magic career. His half assistants were whole. His attempts to find you, his attempts to find your card wasn't. Volunteers from the audience weren't.
I when he started going like, and it's so crazy to see like they let this man actually fight in a boxing ring because he's like, I'm the master of illusion. I'm the master of illusion. And he's like doing that card trick you've seen a million times with the 4 piles. And he's like, oh, it's a miracle. And you're like,
a miracle.
When he was talking to his third wife in like a car, she was like driving on the freeway when they interviewed her. It was like weirdest thing. She was just driving on the freeway. And she was like, yeah, talking about their time together. And it was like third wife. And I was like, yeah, I bet. Because like no woman stays with somebody who's like, please, like, could we sit down and have dinner? And he's like, I'm learning card trick. I'm a master of illusion. And they're like, could you like focus? Like we got stuff to do. We got bills to pay. And he's like, it's a miracle.
There's a face card in every pile.
Like,
while we're on his third wife, can we talk about the bet that they made?
Yeah, what the
where he bet a Mercedes Benz that his wife couldn't run 6 miles.
What are the parameters on this? Can she stop, walk for a little bit?
No.
Did he spectate the whole time? Was he like in a car slowly driving next to her being like, you got 5 more. You got 5 more for the car. Like
so many unanswered questions.
What pace? I mean, that just seems like someone who's, you obviously see the guy's like in mental decline and you're like, I'll bet you I can run 6 miles. And he's like, oh, I'll bet you what? Like $500? And she's like, no, a Mercedes-Benz SL5. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. And then you're like, okay. And I'm going to get divorced. I'm the master of illusion.
He was the master of illusion. The key flipped over in his hand. He didn't touch it at all, Nick. Did you see that?
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. His red handkerchief turned to a magic club.
That one was
stick,
cool.
Cane.
That one was cool.
No, they're all cool. Magic. Hey, right here, magic is cool.
You heard it here first, folks.
And it was cool.
Honestly, though, I do wish more boxers would do card tricks. I think they should all do gimmicks. All these fighters.
Now we're getting into like WWE territory.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, I don't want to see people get punched that hard.
that they turn into magicians. That's so insulting to magicians. Like this guy his brain has deteriorated so much that he's doing magic. It's like, oh no.
Oh.
That's a great win. Are you kidding me? That's a huge win for the magic community.
Muhammad Ali, that's a big win. It's a big get.
Oh my gosh.
All right, jump to the same year as we continue on. You got Holmes versus Ken Norton.
The antivirus guy.
The antivirus guy. He's going to protect your computers. Holmes wins the WBC heavyweight title. 2 years later, when he's 30 years old, he is offered $2 million to defend his title against Ali, who, as we know, was offered $8 million. And this is where the part of the doc starts to focus on Holmes, who, has always lived in the shadow of Ali. But after watching this, I mean, I'm not a boxing guy. after watching this, I have a lot of respect for this guy. This guy actually seems like a legit fighter. You're shaking your head, Nick.
I 100%. I would 100% disagree. Not as a fighter, but as his attitude towards
No,
what's going
I think
on.
he's a bit of a goober.
I 100% don't have respect for him. As a boxer, 100%. Like, he did win all those fights. He's a great boxer, great fighter. But to have this sort of like chip on your shoulder that Muhammad Ali got all this attention, because Muhammad Ali did a lot of stuff outside of boxing for like the black community and like social justice and stuff. I don't see that kind of he was like a bigger than sports
absolutely
person. So like to have
incredible for the black community.
Yeah.
In 1990, they sent him, before the Gulf War, they sent him to talk with Muhammad Ali. Or, excuse me, to talk with Saddam Hussein. He talked with himself in 1990.
They go, Muhammad Ali, go talk to yourself, buddy.
Yeah, talk to yourself.
There's a war in the Gulf.
Try to prevent the Gulf War and just have it out with yourself in the mirror. And he won that.
It's just, I don't think that attitude really like it didn't vibe with me, because I was like, that Muhammad Ali is talked about as a great boxer and like this great person. So and this like activist. That's why he like skyrocketed into this sort of like legendary, uber legendary status. Whereas you were a great boxer, and I bet boxing fans know who you are. But yeah, and to have this weird like, yeah, everyone talking about Muhammad Ali is just like, but his song did rip. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that song again?
The Larry Holmes Shuffle, which is right up there for me with the San Antonio Gunslingers theme song for best songs.
Maybe we could get just a little clip for our listeners out there.
Listen, people, I am Larry Holmes. Let me tell you how I have grown. I work so hard every day. Take from me, there's no better way. Life is short, and then the lyrics become mumbled. It's hard to follow on YouTube when the only video quality is real shit.
Oh, beautiful.
That's about it.
Music to my ears.
It's really good. And like after hearing that song, I was a little bit like, man, boxing should be kind of like, we're really doing something like CTE and football is a big deal, and this is really bad. This guy's dancing to his own song in a car on a street named by himself, and he still doesn't think that he's like, I don't get enough attention.
A career consisting of who can get hit in the head and not falter before the other guy. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Actual boxing and any sort of fighting sport is tough for me to watch. I just think, that would hurt. Oh my God, that's too much.
It's because you're too big of a sweetie pie, Ryan.
Yeah, I enjoy boxing, and I also enjoy gambling on boxing. I think that's really exciting. It's something real.
Throwing money down on two guys fucking punching each other.
Well, that's one of the main reasons this fight happened.
Here's the thing. It doesn't even matter how much money for me. I just get excited, If I'll put $5 on a guy and it's like I got $5,000 on him. I'm just excited to be there. And I feel like that's you know what I mean? The Coliseum was built. It's a human thing, you know what I mean? You get excited. Yeah, gladiators, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
you can't argue that the Coliseum was built. Go to Rome, see it.
It was technically built.
It was built. People love to watch people fight.
I don't believe all that hype.
I mean, I haven't seen it in person, so I can't guarantee it. But
here's the thing, though. I'm a boxing guy. I'm not really an MMA guy. I think MMA is like what Ryan said. It looks like it looks like those two guys are really actually trying to kill each other, whereas boxing is more of like it's more of a technical sport because you can only punch the guy in his upper body. So it's like fencing with your body, whereas like MMA is just like these two guys are like pissed off and they want to kill each other.
just every time I see all the blood on the octagon, I'm just like, I'm out.
Yeah, the blood,
Wow.
and then it's like, do you ever see the drops where they drop the guy on the ring and his like head bounces off the ring, and then they like go in for these like rapid punches to the head?
Yes.
And it's like, what's going on there? Like, how is it not over before the guy's like rabbit punching the guy's head with his?
I know this is a rabbit hole, but we're gonna go down it because I think, if I remember correctly, I think his name's Anderson Silva, and I'll never forget the clip I've seen of when he goes for a kick. And he hits,
and he
I believe, the
breaks
calf of the other guy, and his bone shatters and wraps around in the opposite direction. I'm out. I'm out on it. Unless McGregor's involved, because the dude's a psycho, and I like watching psychos. All right.
I don't need to see any of it.